Okay, so I don't know if this parking lot is supposed to be closed, but I figured this would be a good spot to do it. So I used to always have issues trying to find spots when it came to filming anywhere, and I don't feel judged by anyone, which that is the coolest part about being in Columbia. It's cool. And with my faith a bit, and that's kind of why I chose the church parking lot. With my faith, I can go out and talk to anyone about Jesus. I can go out anywhere and keep it Christ-centric. But part of me, or I think part of me goes out and I search for people that are talking about Christ, not as reproof, but simply because I know he's at work in other people, and some people just may need to hear it from me, because that's how I was brought to it. I was brought through hearing. I've heard of Jesus when I was 14, 15, but I didn't understand who he was, because I really want to focus on this 3-dimensional aspect, what we got going on here, because Jesus is strictly spiritual. And there's people out here that they're truly struggling financially. There's people that are struggling financially. There's people that aren't happy, that don't have successful marriages, that hate their life, that just recently got divorced, that maybe got through a breakup, or maybe someone just lost a child, or someone, had a grandparent die, right? There's so many things going on in the world, and the fact that you are still able to smile through it, maybe you in particular are able to smile through it, that is proof of God working in your life. Now, I'm not saying every little aspect of your life is going to be perfect, but I will say, dude, we're going to have some trials regardless of what we do. We're going to have trials, most basic things. Remind myself of was I had to slow down today, right? Immediately, most of us just chuck the coffee down the throat and we just go about our business. Dude, I'm not trying to do that no more. That gets tiring after a while. You really have to slowly mentally reset yourself. And something that really grounded me today was I said my prayers. I went about my business. But it didn't happen until tonight when I made me a cup of coffee. Funny enough, I'm drinking more coffee. And I slowed down enough to just sit and see my blessings, slowly opening the door to my car, slowly turning it on, seeing I had a cup of coffee, slowly opening my phone. Most prosperous but also deprived portions of life on the internet, and you can see a million other guys like me preaching the gospel, or you can see a million other people that are money, women, success, right? But it's just unnecessary chatter that you don't need in your mind. And maybe I was the person that you wanted to tune into, because maybe you truly did need to hear something like this. I feel like it's just and I feel like maybe you don't have that same aspect, right? And I try to talk to people as if they're here with me, because when I go out in person and I mention Jesus to people, they either seize up or things in the span of 30 seconds because it's a complete joke. It's madness. We never have clear, concise, built out, layered conversations. If I wanted to go deep on a session when it comes to Jesus, we could talk about Jesus 100%. But the problem, circling back to our main thing, is we don't have something that's clear, concise, right? And with people talking about money, women, and success, and then separate being Jesus, is there is a million other people preaching this stuff, but they're all regurgitating the same copy-paste information. I don't like that. I hate it, right? You can go out here and find people that have conglomerates of word salad, right? Like Jordan Peterson. Love Jordan Peterson. I'm not pointing out, others' flaws, but he's one of those people that can toss up a billion different words and say, like, he doesn't get straight to the point. I've always been a real person. I've always wanted to stay on task, stay on track with things, and be clear and concise with people. And with YouTube, you can do that because people will actually listen, and they don't just stay for a segment of information. They're staying for the whole picture. What was the main topic of this video today? Is slow down. Slow down in your life and really, truly observe. You're not missing anything with the 10-second videos, dude. I took a break from social media for about 4 to 6 months, I think. And that was one of the best healing moments of my life because it literally rewired my brain. It was the worst 4 to 6 months of my brain being rewired. Like withdrawals of I need stimulation. And now, that's why people in the content creation, they dominate it because they're not hooked on it. It's like they're dealing the drug, but they're not using it. What does this mean for you? I want you to focus on the things that make you happy. I want you to focus on the things that bring you closer to God. I want you to really hone in on loving yourself. And that's a lot of my main gist of my channel. I want people to love themselves. I want people to reflect. I want people to think. Today is that I hope I made you think in a different pattern in which that is not normal to anyone else, right? Think different. I want you to be better. Be a better man. Be a better woman. Get closer to God. I love y'all. It was good. It was good chiming in with you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.